Welcome back to part two. In part one, we were talking to Brad and Trisha about their trading history and about whether they argue as traders. In part two, let's actually find out who's the biggest risk taker. So who is it then?
Probably me.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a confession time again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's me. I would say as well, that's where my mistakes are made, because I do tend to sometimes jump in at the wrong time and chase the market as opposed to like sort of do more sort of research. And that's where Brad comes in, because he is very good at analysing the charts and you know, and obviously criticises me on my risk taking.
So is he your the yin to your yang sort of thing? Does it help to balance?
Exactly,
things a little
exactly.
bit?
You know, I think, and I think you need to be grounded, and I think you do definitely ground me. You know, sometimes I do get carried away. You know, I can be like sort of up quite a lot. And one of the things I have realised over the last couple of years is that, you know, I don't need to be greedy. If I set a target per day or per week, how much I want to make, if it's all going wonderful, what I've done sometimes is like sort of thought, oh, the going's good, like sort of, you know, I take my gain and then jump back in, right? Totally bad. So you've really helped with that too. So
It's interesting because most people think that it's the males who are the bigger risk takers, and I still think that, generally speaking, that is true, but it's not always the case. And so I've met a number of females actually who have been reasonable risk takers, so it's interesting that we've met.
that's my nature.
Yeah.
Total character. Yeah.
And I suspect that as a result, you are probably slightly more competitive than Brad in this whole thing.
I think we're both quite risk takers, but yeah, I think Trisha probably definitely sort of beats me on that.
Yeah,
level.
the other thing as well, my second rule is, you know, when I've had a bad day, I sort of just park it and think tomorrow's another day.
Yeah.
You know, you've got to do that, otherwise you just like shut down your computers, throw them away, and say I'll never trade again. And you know that.
Have you ever had those sort of conversations between yourselves?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we'll have losing days, you know, and I guess equally going back to the yin and yang philosophy here. I mean, we've, you know, I'll have losing days and decide, you know, that's it. I'm gonna leave it for a while now, and actually Trisha will be able to balance that out and actually, you know, I guess give me some, you know, get me back on track a little bit, and actually, you know, exactly as the way that she's stated, you know, it's the day's over, it's a new day tomorrow, you know, refocus again and jump, you know, get back into trading. There's no, you know, we just end up analysing the mistake and moving forward really.
So what are the sort of styles of trading? And yes, intraday versus swing. What sorts of types of trades are you tending to take, Trisha, first of all, and then I'll ask Brad?
Just like sort of, as like we mentioned, day trading, just, you know, look at the markets, direction, like sort of obviously been in the trading room, quite spontaneous compared to you.
So do you log all of your trades?
No, and I suppose I should do, really.
This has been a great confessions here this morning, guys. It's like, do as I say, not as I do. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So okay. The only reason I asked that is because if you logged your trades, then at least you've got more of a map of what you're doing and your progression.
Of course.
But when you're taking these trades, are they more directional? Are you counter trend? Are you trend? What, even on an intraday basis? What sort of things?
I would
are you
usually
doing?
say trend,
Okay.
definitely. Yeah.
Right. So you're trying to assess what the overall trend might be on one time frame, and then trying to find a way to.
I mean, some of the times I do quite like the pivot trading as well. I tend to be quite successful with that, but I have to do it first in the morning to look at the charts and just work it all out. So that's my style. But you sort of a bit more. I don't know. You tend to look into it.
A lot of analytics. I think you know, I'll actually study the markets, the charts, the longer term you know, view of the world. and
Big
actually,
picture.
yeah, very much big picture analysis, and perhaps and I do actually have logged my trades to the nth degree at some stages. So, which is where I think our styles differ a little bit. So I certainly will look at the big picture. I'll study the various charts, and perhaps at some stage I'll end up having almost a block, because I've overanalyzed a lot of the positions and so on. So, I guess probably there's somewhere in the middle that perhaps Trisha and I need to get to, where we can.
There's never any major right or wrong in logging or not logging, but sometimes you say, okay, if you logged your trades, it might make a 1% difference to your overall, but it's still a difference. Absolutely. If you were to log or whatever. It does vary. We're recording this in August. Are you guys taking a holiday? And if you are taking a holiday, do you trade when you go away?
We are taking a holiday. Well, it's a very good point. We might take laptops away with us. I'm not sure with this one.
There's one condition: wherever we go, we always have to make sure it's got good Wi-Fi.
Yeah, that's right.
So you go away somewhere sunny in the summer. You don't find, because you're more of a day trader, you don't find you're sat inside more because you're wanting to get some trades off.
I need a good tan.
Right. Okay. So, but you will still look at the markets whilst you're away.
Yeah, definitely. Make a coffee and look at the markets. It's and the thing is that we're always usually an hour ahead of the markets, because it's usually over in Europe.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it gives you that advantage, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
So you can sort of still put some trades on early-ish in the morning, and then you can then head off for the day.
Of course.
Or and you don't really have to monitor too much.
Yeah. Well, that's the theory. We do tend to, So the theory is that we get up early and we set our trades up and leave it alone. But there are occasions on holiday where we'll end up fixed to the screen for longer than we probably expected. So
especially if it's not going in the direction that you want it to go.
Yes, we were going to go out and do see some historical monument, but we're going to stay in and just drink coffee inside today. It happens, doesn't it? Okay, so what are your aspirations between the two of you as with regards to trading over the future? So I know that with both of you, you don't get to trade all of the time because of work commitments, and so at the moment you've been very busy on contract, and then when you get a period where you're not having to be so busy, then you can be day trading again. Sure. But what are your overall aspirations, or what you want to achieve from your trading?
Financial security, and so that you can envisage getting a place overseas and trading from there, and just doing that sort of day trading, swing trading. We've got to have our aspirations. So that's what it really is. And
so, what is that like? Do you have a plan? Is it a 5-year plan or 10-year, whatever? Is it?
Yeah, I mean the plan's probably quite fluid. We know what the end goal is really, but in terms of time frames, it's probably not as rigid. But yeah, I mean a 5-year plan, sounds about right. But it really at the moment really helps us provide some supplementary income, but also in times when we're not actually working, then actually it really provides an income for us and allows us the time to build on our expertise there and our experience, and actually at some point in time have it be as flexible to be able to sort of live the lifestyle that we like long term.
So you do actually take money out of your accounts at times when you want to treat yourself, or
absolutely.
I think it's a nice thing to do. Yeah. So it's not imperative for you, because some traders just want to grow their accounts without touching it. You're not in that. You're in a fortunate position where if you want to increase the account size, you can probably put some earnings into that at some point and whenever you want to.
Yeah,
but along the way, you can actually take money out and actually feel like you've got something tangible from that work.
Definitely.
Well, guys, we're out of time, so thank you ever so much for coming on to the show. Thanks, Brad, Trisha, thanks again for your time.
Thank you.
My name's Charlie Burton. Trade safely out there.